Well, I know you didn't watch anything else from Rampage. Did you hear about the fans apparently turning on, as we said was going to happen, Sammy and Tay Conti?
Well, I've heard that they're starting to get a little blowback for they're too cute for school, and they're just darling kids, and those fans don't like these fans remind me, the AEW fans kind of a lot of times remind me of the grunge fans, of the ECW fans of the 90s, where they all looked like Kurt Cobain, and it was an accomplishment in life to be the most miserable, unhappy person. And now Sammy and Tay I've told you from the start, we watched Sammy. He has that slappable face. And he was such a great, smarmy, obnoxious little smart-ass heel. But he gets to be a babyface because of some of the things they did with him in the booking, but generally because he was doing all the daredevil shit. And now he becomes a full-fledged babyface, tries to do more daredevil shit, but now he's got a pretty girl. And you can tell the one thing these AEW regulars don't have is a pretty girlfriend. And now they're starting to get pissed at him. And they're a little too cute. And we need to take them down a peg. That's the way it goes. And then there's the rumbling, and then there you go. He should have stuck with the homely girl. That's why they like that, because he's one of them. Okay, well, that's the best Sammy can do. Well, there's kind of hope for me.
It's one of the first times I've noticed this. I'm sure they've done it in the past, but not to this degree. Where Rampage being a tape show, they really played with the audio on this segment. So you really couldn't even hear the booing that people who were there told me was over the top. They really did not want Sammy and Tay out there. And the other problem is Lambert. We've been talking go away heat lately. I think Lambert has go away heat with the AEW audience. So now you have Lambert with Scorpio Sky. And since the advent of the TNT title, has it meant less than it does right now? I don't think so. And Ethan Page, who you see as being the albatross and I see as being held back by Scorpio Sky and Dan Lambert.
Okay, I will even now mark this date down in your little black book wherever you keep it.
A lot of dates I got to mark down today.
Well, you're going to want to keep track of this one, because I will go with, if Moxley had done anything like this for Ethan Page, he'd be a star. He's got the size, the athletic look, some personality, some blah, blah on the promo. I just think he's a slimeball asshole because he's none of these fake cosplay trampoline invisible man fucking wrestlers. But nevertheless, I couldn't, if that match had been between Moxley and the other Page, I couldn't say, well, they picked a guy with no personality and no physical attributes and no look. So I'll give you that one. Mark that down.
But going back to Sammy and Tay, that's the problem. You have Sammy and Tay who are now becoming incredibly unlikable in just a matter of weeks. And you have Dan Lambert, who people really don't want to hear. Other than Tony Khan, I don't think any fans really want Dan Lambert out there doing his male Vicky Guerrero act. And then Scorpio Sky means nothing to the fans. And Ethan Page, because of his involvement, means nothing to the fans, and previous things he's done means nothing to you. This whole thing was horrible, and the fans were just apparently there live booing the shit out of it all.
Well, at least sooner or later, even a blind squirrel will find a nut, and sooner or later, even the AEW faithful have had enough.
Should they turn Sammy and Tay heel right away?
Well, actually, I think that would be fantastic, because besides the fact that they might save old Sammy's life, because he's apparently a complete idiot, and he's taken to heart when he gets the close-up camera on him and he goes, "I'm crazy," and spins his finger around his head, and then he tries to kill himself on live television, which, by the way, imagine what that will do for their renewal fucking negotiations. A death on live TV. It'll either kill him or get him twice as much money, one or the other. But the next step is to turn them heel, because now, once again, Sammy proved when he was a heel that he's a good heel. He's got the slappable face. He can be a smart ass. He can do good shit in the ring. If somebody needs to keep control of him and not let him do some of the things he wants to do. But yeah, and with the pretty girl with him, that's exactly what gets heat. That's what That was the whole deal when I knew Mero was screwed in the WWF to begin with, when Sable talked her way into it. They might have gone with him, but not with the fucking pretty big fake-titted girl in the corner with him. He's a babyface. I asked Bruce Pritchard, I said, he's a babyface. What's he need the girl for? Well, she's part of his presentation. What's she there for? I said, she can't interfere in the matches because he's a babyface. I said, if she does get fucked with, since she's not a wrestler, then she's just a liability. So why is she out there? And lastly, since more people are going to be looking at her than looking at him, it's going to hinder him from getting over because they're all going to be staring at her plastic surgery. Lo and behold, all those things came true. In this case, Sammy's a little bit more established as a talent in his own right. It's not like Tay Conti's going to get all the attention. They are a heat-getting couple because all of the fat AEW fans at ringside could say, well, he's fucking her and I'm not, so I'm pissed at him. That's not hard to figure out. I don't see how you keep a guy with a girl in his corner babyface. He doesn't need her because he's not going to have her interfere. Then she becomes a liability that he should have known better than to leave out there where the heel could attack her. So he deserves any bad things that come to him from that. And the only thing that you're going to get is heat on your guy because he's got a prettier girlfriend than all the fans do. So I'm not a favor of girls with baby faces.
Well, perhaps if some of those ringside fans want to be in the shape that Sammy's in and get the kind of girl that Sammy could get, they should start their day with a good breakfast.
Well, you know, that's true, because that's one thing that we can say is that both of those kids apparently eat very healthy. I think they eat very, very healthy because they look like they do. And folks, I know sometimes it's just Mother Nature. Sometimes you look good, and sometimes you look like 30 miles of bad country road. But that's no excuse to feel bad as well, even if you look like death warmed over. If you look like teetotal shit, you can still feel good, and that counts for something. And folks, feeling good starts with a healthy breakfast and a good diet, and you can get both of those with our friends at Magic Spoon. Folks, Magic Spoon, whether you want to look at the 0 grams of sugar, the 13 to 14 grams of protein, or the only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving, Magic Spoon tastes great but is not full with the sugar and junk that you remember from when you were a kid. There's only 140 calories in each serving, so technically you could eat 11 and a half bowls of this every day and still be on a 1,500 calorie diet. It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low carb. You can eat it with a spoon and a bowl of milk. You can munch it like trail mix. You can grind it up and snort it like Ozzy Osbourne did with the line of ants. You could, whatever the case.
We don't recommend any of those things. Just eat it the way you would eat normal cereal.
Well, that's the best way to do it. And also, don't snort the honey nut, because those nuts will get stuck in your capillaries. You can build your own box, folks. Available flavors include cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, cookies and cream, maple waffle, blueberry, cinnamon, and the newly reformulated honey nut. I've always liked putting nuts in my honey, but now you can change that formulation and you can emit all kinds of flavor that is now in Magic Spoon's permanent collection thanks to the great feedback they got on Honey Nut. Go to magicspoon.com/Jim, J-I-M, that is, right now and grab that custom bundle. Use the promo code Jim at checkout to save $5 off your order. And we know so many of you are, because we see the pictures tweeted all the time of people's pantry closets and kitchen shelves and various places in their garage and or bomb shelters stocked with Magic Spoon. Here's another thing. If you're afraid shit's going to go south and you're going to need to spend a lot of time underground, you're going to want to be healthy and you're going to want to shit good. You're not going to want to get diarrhea or any other forms of intestinal distress while you're in a bomb shelter or a bunker with anybody else or even yourself. So put about 17 or 18 custom bundles of Magic Spoon in your bomb shelter, bunker, shack in the middle of the woods, or other type retreat, and that way When the whole world is dying of radiation burns, you'll be having a healthy and fruity breakfast. MagicSpoon.com/Jim. Use the code JIM to save you $5 off, and it'll save your life, too. Eat this for a year. Boy, the fucking people will be surprised when they pry the lid off your bomb shelter. If you've been eating Magic Spoon for a year, you'll look great. Till they kill you. Magic Spoon.
They're not going to kill you.
No, Magic
Why would you
Spoon
say
won't
that?
kill you.
No, they won't.
The people that pry the lid off your bomb shelter when they find you, they're going to be marauding fucking bands of mercenaries that are going to be
they may be the people to
and-
save you. What if they're going to save you?
Well, and they won't kill you. And they'll be amazed at how good you look because you've been eating the Magic Spoon.
All right, that's Magic Spoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it certainly is.